My husband kept letting his female friend feed him at every dinner we went to and called me dramatic when I said something, so I fed another man at his family reunion. It started at a housewarming party 2 years into our marriage. His college friend showed up late and squeezed into the seat next to my husband. When appetizers came out, she picked up a bruschetta, held it to his mouth, and said, "Open up," like it was natural. He ate it right out of her hand. I sat there holding my own plate, watching my husband get hand-fed by another woman 3 feet from me. When I brought it up in the car, he laughed and said she does that with everyone, she's Italian. She was not Italian. At the next dinner, she cut his steak for him, not her own steak. She reached across and started slicing his fillet like he was 5 years old. Then she forked a piece and held it to his mouth. He opened without hesitation. I kicked him under the table and he looked at me like I was the weird one. That night, I told him it made me uncomfortable and he said I was reading into cultural differences. I reminded him she grew up in Ohio. He said food was just how she showed affection and I needed to stop being dramatic. Over the next 6 months, it only got worse. At his birthday dinner, she brought homemade tiramisu and sat next to him, spoon-feeding it one bite at a time, wiping the corner of his mouth with her thumb after every bite. At a barbecue, she held his beer to his lips because his hands were supposedly full, even though he'd already set his plate down. At our anniversary dinner that she somehow got invited to, she peeled shrimp and placed each one directly on his tongue. My own mother was sitting across from us. She texted me under the table saying, "Is this normal?" The worst was Thanksgiving. She showed up uninvited with a homemade pie and sat between us. She spent the entire meal feeding him like a baby bird. She blew on his soup. She buttered his roll. She held up a fork full of sweet potato and made airplane noises as a joke, except nobody laughed but my husband. Every family member at that table was staring at their plates, avoiding eye contact with me. After dinner, I told him this has to stop. He said I was ruining Thanksgiving over table manners and that I needed to grow up. He actually said I should be grateful he had someone who cared enough to nurture him instead of trying to isolate him from his friends. I went quiet after that. Not because I gave